Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P., and my MVP co host, Miss Shannon Finch. This is episode 51. Y'all can check all of your verbs and stuff right there in the description. All the links are right there. Subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, ring the notification bell. Go up here all the way every time we go live like we're doing now. You'll get a notification via email or via text to your cell phone. All right, before I get into all the football stuff, just want to say a few things. Definitely rest in peace to the legend Jim Brown. He passed away a couple days ago, so definitely my thoughts and prayers go out to the Cleveland Brown organization, his friends, family, colleagues, anybody that ever knew and loved him, man. Great man on the field, even greater man off the field. He helped put a stop to gang violence, back in the 70s and 80s. Well, not, he did his best to limit it. He helped get a lot of innocent people out of jail that was wrongly convicted. He started the Jim Brown Innocence Project. Like a lot of people don't know that. And then also, man, he became a great actor. He was a great actor, just as great as he was a football player. So definitely rest in peace to Jim Brown, man, the legend. I got a chance to meet him a couple of times, and I went to the Cleveland when the Ravens played him. Pretty cool guy, down to earth, man, easy going. So rest in peace to the Brown family.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah, rest in peace to my guy Chuck. He had took his life over the weekend. He was going through a whole lot. Don't know a whole lot about the situation, but when I saw it, man, it just hurt me to my heart because I actually know him. I did business with him a couple times, bought some sweatsuits from him. Because he had this clothing line, Street Runners, very popular clothing line. It was very loved by everybody. So anybody that's going through some things, just reach out to somebody that you trust and talk to them, man. And people listen. If somebody's giving you a cry for help, listen. Like I said, even if it ain't nothing but 5-10 minutes of your time, because a listening ear can do a whole lot, man. Like I said, we all go through this thing called life, man. It's not easy at all. So some of us deal with it better than others, but we're all human beings at the end of the day. So check on your people, check on your loved ones, people you ain't talked to in a long time. Any little petty grudges, put that stuff to the side. I'm not saying you gotta, just forgive and forget, but just, you don't want your last moments with that person being, bickering about something that probably wasn't that serious. So, everyone, you can always reach out to me if you're having some, thoughts like that. And even if it's nothing for me just to listen to you, but what's going on, I'll do my best. Cause like I said, life is never easy. And like I said, this happens a lot that people don't talk about. So always take a mental health break if you got to, from people, from social media, anything, and just get yourself together. Because like I said, we only got one life. So we gotta make the best out of it. All right, Shannon, before we
hmm
get into the football stuff, you wanna chime in on any the stuff I just talked about?
No, it was well said. I don't really have too much to say about it. I think it's kind of distasteful, like what ESPN and other news outlets did in reference to Jim Brown. If people have, negative things that may have happened in their life, I don't think that when they die, that's the time to mention it, particularly if that's not something you've been discussing when they were alive. So a lot of things were done in distaste, in my opinion, in regards to Jim Brown, but definitely nothing but respect for him. Like I said, that stuff was news to me anyway. Everything you said is what I've known of him. And I'm not saying that you can't, like, I'm not saying you ignore the bad in people's lives, but I just feel like it's a time and a place for everything. I don't feel like in someone's death immediately when it's reported that you need to be mentioning all of the negative things that they've done. Um, but that's my take on that. And as far as what you said about mental health, I always like to say check on your strong friends. You never know who really needs help. A lot of people aren't going to come to you when they are going through things. Don't assume because someone's not reaching out to you that they have an issue with you. Sometimes we're all dealing with different things. So sometimes just reach out and just say, hey, I was thinking about you, just checking on you, making sure everything is okay. A message like that can go a long way. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to just get that, up the way. 'Cause like I said, we use sports as an outlet to get away from our daily trials and tribulations. So, just had to go ahead and, get that out there. That was weighing on my heart, having pretty sure Shannon too and everybody else. So, because we're human beings, before anything.
hmm
All right, so all right, now to the football stuff. The first topic of the day I came up with the Ravens have been in talks back and forth with safety Adrian Amos, who was born and raised here in Baltimore, Maryland, another hometown local guy. If
Hmm.
we were to reach a contract with a deal with him and he's become a part of the Ravens, how do you think he would fit in on this defense?
From everything that I learned about him, since this was going to be a topic, I feel like he would fit in perfectly. I see that he's like we always say, availability is your best ability, and I saw that he started every game that he was on the Packers. He's obviously a solid player. He's a good tackler from what I saw. So I feel like he would come in and just bring the physicality that we're used to having here. He would be a great addition, I think. Um, and even looking today, I don't even think he's still signed now. So I don't know, what the situation is or what the holdup may be. But yeah, he would definitely be a good addition. And being from here, it's good to be able to come home and play in front of your family and friends if they've never had a chance to really see you play professionally. So yeah, overall, I think he would be a great addition to, the smash mouth football that we like to play.
Yeah, I agree. It'd definitely be a good addition. Safety is not the biggest need. Like I said, you got Marcus Williams, Cal Hamilton, and Darius Washington, Geno Stone, and Brandon Stone. I mean, Brandon Stevens is now reverting back to safety. So we were to get him, it would be a good move because now he'll basically replace the void with Chuck Clark and play, play in the box, play that sub nickel linebacker, play in the slot, cover tight ends, cover the slot receivers, blitz, stuff like that. So, and be basically like on pass down, be an extra linebacker. That way, we won't get exposed if the team go 4 or 5 wide. Like you say, he's a solid tackler. He had a pretty good career, pretty good stint with the Bears. Then he went to the Packers, did pretty well. Like I said, he missed a whole lot of time. So,
Hmm.
age always been a fan of his, man, ever since he was in college, So if we would have signed him, I think he'll find a place find a place in our defense and be
Hmm.
utilized because the more the merrier. The more good defenders, the better your defense will be. So one thing about defense, you can get guys on the field. It's much
Hmm.
easier, because like I said, defense isn't you don't got to worry about getting touches and this, that, and the third carries and catches. Defense, you can put people on the field and they gonna make their own plays. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think he'll be a good sign, and I think he'll fit in great. Cause like I said, he's a hometown kid, and he would love the ball out here in front of his friends and family. All right, the second topic. Will Zay Flowers fill a void that was left open when we traded Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals?
Oh, definitely. Um, Speed wise, like a lot of people didn't want Zay because they felt like he was just another Hollywood. But to me, he's like Hollywood on steroids, just based on how he attacks the ball. That's what attracted me to him, in general. Obviously, he's fast. They have the same sort of structure body wise, but Zay's a little bit is bigger than to me than what Hollywood was. So yes, he will fill that void very well, in my opinion. As long as he can stay on the field, I don't see why he wouldn't make the same impact, if not more, just based on how he plays football. He's a little bit different with how physical he can be and what he can do after catching the ball. Hollywood more to me, in my opinion, he would more or less like catch the ball and look to go out of bounds. He wasn't looking for too much contact. He wasn't going to be fighting through anything really. So yeah, I think Zay is going to definitely fill that role and actually be even better.
I agree, co-host. It's like Zay. That's definitely he's more of a complete receiver than Marquise because he can still take the top off. Now he might not be as fast as Hollywood Brown, but he's more elusive and like I say, he's more aggressive. Like I said in previous shows, like doing pre-draft and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Like he'll catch the 5 yard pass and try to get 10. Hollywood would catch the 5 yard pass, and if
Hmm.
if it's like defenders in the way that's close to hitting him, he will go down. Sometimes he'll try to shake and juke and back. You can get that little extra, but Zay will put his shoulder down and try to go run somebody over. Like that's how he got. Like I say, he's like a faster version of Steve Smith. Even Steve Smith said it himself the other day, man. He said this kid reminds me of myself. Same
Hmm.
height, same weight. He just got that dog mentality. So you don't got to be 6'5" to be a dominant receiver. Like Steve Smith showed that, Tyreek Hill showed that, and plenty others. If you can get open it and catch the ball, that's all that matters. And Zay Flowers so far OTAs and rookie minicamp has been, making plays all over the place. And I think, like I said, barring any crazy injury, let's knock on wood, he's going to
Mm-hmm.
definitely put up the numbers. Because, like I said, the ball, he's going to get a lot of opportunities. Because I think my assumption right now, he's going to probably play in the slot because Odell and Bateman are going to be the two outside guys. So you're going to have him in one slot. You're going to have Duvernay and Aguilar in the other one battling for that spot. And like I said, Todd Monken runs a lot. He throws the ball a lot. So he will definitely use 4 or 5 receivers. So you're going to see a lot of passing. It's going to be like 60-40 ratio. So Zay
Mm-hmm.
Flowers definitely going to get the attempts to get the numbers. And I think he can go over 1,000 yards, if not very close to it, like 900, 800 yards.
Hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Third topic. Which undrafted free agent, in your opinion, has the best and most legitimate chance to make the 53-man roster?
Now, this one is one that you're going to have to help me out with because obviously we don't know much about what's going on right now with OTAs for me to really say who I think would make it. But because you're so into the draft and you know a lot about these guys, I think you would be better suited to tell us all. Who do you think is going to make the 53-man roster as an undrafted free agent?
As of right now, things can definitely change once preseason comes because everybody look good now, and they don't do it in real game action. It can be a
Mm-hmm.
whole different ball game. But as of right now, I will say probably Dante Demas because that 6 receiver spot is open. He's the big receiver, 6'4" out of Maryland. He was
Mm-hmm.
injured, so that's why he went undrafted. I think he has a good shot. And yeah, he had Exchange, Prochet, and Wallace, and Bridges, and all those guys battling with him too. I just think Dante Demas, by being a local kid, he won't want to. He won't want to. He gonna want to earn that 6th spot. And play in front of his friends and family. Keaton Mitchell is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, his father played here, won a Super Bowl with us, so he gonna want to show off. So then like I said, he got a chip on his shoulder because he felt like, man, no one in the world I'm supposed to win undrafted. He was like the top fifth back, the fifth running
Mm-hmm.
back, fourth or fifth running back, best running back coming into this class, and he don't get drafted at all. It's definitely a slap in the face. So I think he's definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder and do whatever he can to make the same. Like Justice Hill, like I said, I already know how I feel about him. He's okay, but you
Did
know
he have
he
character issues coming out? Did he have character issues? Like, what would make him not be drafted
no,
if he's a top back?
not to my knowledge. Sometimes Shannon, it just scouts they just miss stuff like everybody else. They just miss stuff.
Mm.
Sometimes it don't gotta be a character issue or an injury. They just don't. They just miss it. They just go with other guys for whatever reason. Then he's not the biggest back. He only
Mm.
5'9", 170, so that could have possibly played a
Oh, okay,
part.
okay.
Then he played at a small school with East Carolina, so a lot of things could have played a factor into that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, he's definitely gonna be hungry and want to make this team. And then you got guys like you got Tashawn Manning, defensive tackle. I mean, offensive guard. He can make the team because, like I said, we got plenty of spots on the O line. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Trey Botts, defensive tackle, the kid out of Ohio State Valley, like a Division II school. He has a good shot. And Corey Mayfield, another cornerback that played with Tariq Woolen at Texas El Paso. So those guys, in my opinion, got the best shot to make the 53-man roster. But like I said, we shall see. We shall see
I'll
come
keep an eye out.
preseason.
I'll keep an eye out for all of them because I didn't even
The
realize that we
last
had so many undrafted free agents. But we had 18. They said they bought in,
about
so
18. That's
that's a
about
lot.
right.
That's
All
a lot.
right, now our last tap for the day. With the addition of Rock Sin and Caillou Blue Kelly, where do you think our secondary rank with the rest of the teams in the AFC North and in the AFC Conference?
Um, I've always thought highly of our secondary. Because if you can have two, I thought like Marcus Peters and Jimmy was a good duo. Obviously when they're healthy and out on the floor. And when you can add a safety like Marcus Williams who can focus on turnovers, like we always need interceptions and things like that. Add Kyle Hamilton to that. He, like we said, we talked like last year, he improved drastically as time went on. I think that in comparison to the division, I think that we could arguably have the best secondary in the division. Like I'm just thinking about each team. We definitely can be in a running for the top for number one in the division. In the AFC, I could say we would have a top five secondary in comparison. I know a lot of fans, like I always say, I like a lot of fans think that the Ravens focus too much on defense. And I feel like you do need the offense to compete with the other teams, but you also need defense to be able to stop these teams. And I believe it was the Bills and the Chiefs playoffs game, and the defense just couldn't get a stop. Not this last year, but the year before that. The defense neither they just couldn't get a stop. And you're watching a game like everybody gets paid, like y'all get paid like they get paid. So I'm saying all that to say, I think it's a good thing when we invest in the defense because if we see all these offenses just manhandling our defense, it would anger us. So to answer your question, I think that we have arguably the best secondary in our division and definitely top five in the AFC. And we need that in the AFC with all of the offensive teams that we have, with the quarterbacks and the weapons they have around them. Like, we definitely need a secondary that can limit the touchdowns, put it that way. Because yards, I mean, I don't get too hung up on yards anymore. I don't because it's a passing league. And the way the rules are, it's hard for these guys to be able to defend and do things like they need to do. So if we can limit the touchdowns, that's what I like, and I do think that this our secondary can help limit touchdowns.
Yeah. Because I'll break it down on paper. But as of right now, we got Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Sin, uh, no particular order. Jalen Armand
Mhm,
Davis, Trayvon Mullen, Demarion Williams, Kaya Blue Kelly, Trey Mullen, Daryl Worley, Kavon Seymour. He's probably not gonna make it. So out of what? That's like 9 corners. We're gonna keep
mhm,
6. Other 3 going to practice squad or cut. So let's compare him against the Bengals secondary. They have DJ Turner now, Eli Apple, Cam Taylor Britt, Cheetah Bear Woolsey. Who is this? They lost their safeties. They lost Jesse Bates and they lost another Von Bell. They got
mhm,
Justice Hill brother, Dax Hill, and they got another
mhm.
strong safety. I forgot what their strong safety is, but right there, I think our secondary is better than that off the rip. The Browns, they got Denzel Ward, All Pro, Greg Newsom, pretty good. Uh, Martin Emerson, he's pretty good. Who else? There's another corner they got that's pretty good. Greedy gone. They lost him. He went to Philly. They picked up a couple other guys. Then they got their safeties. They lost. They cut John Johnson. They got Grant Delpit, and I forgot who the other safety is right now. So we probably it's about tie because Denzel Ward and Marlon Humphrey both top 5 corners, top 10. But I'll give us an edge because of the safeties with Marcus Williams and Cal, and then Rocky Sin. So I give us the edge over in Pittsburgh, Patrick Peterson. Uh, they took Joey Porter Jr., which was good. Cam Sutton is in Detroit now, and who else? William Jackson is gone, so they got Patrick Peterson, Joey Porter Jr. Uh, I forgot the other 2 corners they got right now. Arthur Moulet and someone else. Terrell Evans is gone. He's with the Bears. Uh, who I got? Minka Fitzpatrick. I forgot who the other free safety they got. So right, I still like us over them too. Because only playing their secondary is better than that's better than how everybody we got is Minka Fitzpatrick. But other than that, I like us a little bit better than Pittsburgh. So I would say we got the best secondary right now on paper in the division. In the
Mhm.
conference, you got the Dolphins. They probably have the best because Jalen Ramsey, Saban Howard, Javon Holland, who else? Brandon. What's the kid from Texas? I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, they got him, and they got another nickel. Noah Igmanogby, he's pretty good. So they got a solid secondary. And then you got Chiefs secondary. I like us better than them because, like I said, it's just Justin Reed, Justin Watson, a bunch of rookies from last year. That's now second year. You got Joshua Williams. He lost. What's Warren Thornhill's with the Browns now. So yeah, that's So yeah. Then who else? You got the Chargers secondary is pretty good. So them J.C. Jackson. My god name. Sante Samuel Jr., Michael Davis, you got Derwin James, Nasir Adderley. So they got a pretty good secondary. Broncos secondary is pretty good. Patrick Surtain.
Hmm.
What's the other guy? Michael Ojemude. Who else? Who else they got? Justin Simmons is there. Kareem Jackson. They got a pretty good secondary too. um, let's see. Let's see. And that's the only one in the Bills with of course Trayvon White will be back. Teron Johnson, Kaya Elam, both their safeties are back healthy with Jordan Poole and Michael Hyde, and also DeMar Hamlin. He was a pretty good player. Like before the whole situation happened with him, I already knew who he was. He was coming and playing a nickel corner for him.
Hmm.
Solid player. So he's definitely back in football shape and football form now that that situation is over now. So Buffalo, who else? Another top team that has Jacksonville secondary is
Oh,
okay.
what about the Jets? What about the Jets?
Oh hell yeah, I forgot about the Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Chuck Clark now, Ashton Davis. Yeah, they got yeah. Michael Carter, yeah, they definitely up there. They're probably like two or three as well. So we'll
Hmm.
probably be top five for sure in the AFC, but in the AFC North, we first. So yeah,
Hmm.
and I think like I said, I think they can hold their own. Our secondary played fairly decent last year. A lot of teams didn't add a ball out on us. We got Randall more than anything. Tua add the ball out on us. That's it. That's the only game where it's like we just got lit up with the game against the Dolphins, the home opener,
Hmm.
because we had Armin Davis and Cal out there together, two rookies. Then Marlon Humphrey went down. Marcus Peters rushed himself back. He wasn't fully ready, so it was. And then a new defensive coordinator. There's a lot of breakdowns and signals and coverages,
Hmm.
miscommunication. So once they got all that together, they were pretty good. Nobody else really aired them out like that. So the year before, 2021, we got aired up by everybody. Joe Burrow threw for 1,000 yards in two
Oh
games.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Aaron Rodgers picked us apart, and then everybody. So now I think the secondary is in a much better shape, and they're also going to the pass rush if they do their job because you can't cover forever. So if
Hmm.
Adafio Way, David Ajabo, Tyus Bowser, Tavares Robinson, whoever else they sign, whether it be Justin Houston, Leonard Floyd, whoever, they all get to the quarterback, and it's gonna make the secondary job a whole lot easier. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think this unit gonna be a top five, top 10 unit overall in the NFL. Anything you want to say, Shannon? Before we wrap it up?
Um, I heard Lamar was at the organization today at the facility, so that should make a lot of fans happy. I know they didn't practice today, but they said he was there. So
Yeah, with that,
yeah.
I'll speak a little bit on that. Yeah, he's gonna die. I told everybody stop panicking. He gonna show up. Voluntary, and not a whole lot of veterans be having voluntary mini camp. People just gotta find something to talk about because, like I said, they anxious. You know, um, they ready to go. They're ready to see the team in action. Be patient. It's gonna be here before you know it. Just be patient. But I told everybody like that shouldn't even been a concern for nobody. He's definitely gonna be. He's all in. Like I say, he's signed, sealed, and delivered now. So he's ready to go win a
Hmm.
championship that he promised. So yeah. So everybody, no need to worry. Eight is here.
Well, I'll say this to lead into what we'll talk about on Thursday. But like leadership is important, right?
Hmm.
And everybody leads in different ways. So I'm gonna
Right.
leave y'all with that because I want to go into something in reference to leadership, leadership styles, and what works for you. Like, what do you prefer, kind of thing. Because I'll say this: Roquan Smith, he's making a name for himself in Baltimore. Like the things he's saying, showing up, like it's more than just what you say; it's what your actions as well. Um, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. We'll get into more on that with Thursday with leadership. But yeah, it's interesting what's happening here.
Yeah.
And only because
Definitely.
you expect your quarterback to be the leader. If you have a franchise quarterback, you expect that. But
I think he's
sometimes it can
still.
be different people.
Yeah. I think you can have two leaders. That's why everybody have an offensive and defensive captain. So but yeah. Pretty good show. So definitely looking forward to show Thursday. I know Shannon gonna have some fire topics. Thursday we'll be going at 7:30 because I'm getting off at 6. So I'm pretty sure by us going a little hour later we'll have more crowd because people will be home and more settled. So yeah, so just to let y'all know, we'll be going at 7:30 Thursday. Oh man, so great show as usual, Shannon. MVP co-host did our thing. So everybody make sure y'all trade. If y'all don't know what that means, it's right there. Talk Ravens all day, every day with your host Justin P and my MVP co-host Miss Shannon Fitch. Fitch. Follow her on Twitter, IG. The handle was right there. Same for me. My handle's right there. You know, we love you guys. Have an amazing Tuesday for the Laker fans. Shan, I got to rub it in. LeBron James is home
Come
on the
on.
couch. I got you. And I'm a LeBron guy, but hey, man, Joker and them boys just want it a little bit more. So we'll see if Jimmy Butler and all them follow suit, and take care of business. But enjoy the NBA playoffs. We'll talk to you guys Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Love y'all, and we are out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon. Hey,